Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to dive in a little bit further on the G425 line. We done some live testing with the Fairway and hybrids on Monday. We're going to dive in, two Fairway models to try.
Yes. Max
and LST. And obviously the hybrid is one that you know we've talked about, we like. G410 was great, G400 was great. The kind of merger of kind of the two with the adjustability, the loss of the turbulators, it seems to be a popular choice.
I can see why.
Yep, it's very clean.
Nice and clean on the fairway woods too.
Well, let's start off with the 22 degree. We'll just play it straight up.
It's a 4 hybrid, it's playing standard.
We'll get test a few with that with the stock Alta CB shaft in there.
Yep, and then we didn't test it the other day, but the Rogue White. We'll test that in the fairway wood, get an idea of, again, these are all stock shafts, so we're doing kind of all our initial testing with the stuff that comes with it at no upcharge.
I love it.
Okay.
All right.
Strike, just a little pushed. Nice sound, nice feel. Better swing.
Nice, very nice.
Better swing.
Very neutral in its flight. I mean, that one hasn't turned over much at all.
Stable looking
Ideal.
ball. Ping hybrids are always like this. Like, you just get the feeling, I always get the feeling that you're going to have a good chance to hit the ball very high without having to lift it up in the air or try anything.
Very much low maintenance. Well, something that was very apparent in the driver testing on Monday were the amount of high efficiencies that we saw.
Oh yeah, right.
And where we started in a similar vein again. It's not often you see with 22 degrees aloft the ability to create so much efficiency out of that much loft. Efficiency is one of the primary functions, is the energy production from just being lower loft. That's why, you know, 5-iron, the smash factor efficiency is higher than a pitch and wedge. It's purely loft, a glance and blow. So to be in that driver territory of a 22 degree hybrid tells it has been engineered to do that.
I like that. I like a hybrid to be super, super, super fast in ball speed so that you have room to be high in spin. Personally, that's what I prefer.
Yeah.
I would rather get the distance. It carried 238. That's what you had pictured, right? That's the shot you want. I'd rather get there with a little more spin and maybe a lower launch, because that ball's going to stay on line better.
Definitely.
And the speed will get the yardage.
Yeah. Those numbers we would box them up and take them with us.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Just a bit of a weak swing. It's okay though. Just didn't catch it solid, just a little clunky. That's a good one.
Sounded nice. Again, not aggressive in its curvature.
I really like the flight of it. That was, to me, kind of a buttoned strike, hit it as well as I can, but I didn't have to worry about it going too far. I think a lot of the time when you hit a hybrid, for me anyway, and I catch it, my first reaction is, oh no, because it's going to go long of the green. It really is. I hate how many times I have a hybrid somewhere where the miss is not necessarily directional. It just ends up being long or short, because I find they're just too volatile. A smoked one goes way too far. A thin one is kind of like way short of the green or something. This one feels like buttoned out of the middle. I'm getting lots of yardage, and I kind of clunked a couple to start that still got
pretty good
distance. Yeah.
Spin-sistency.
Spin-sistency. We removed the stickers, otherwise I would have saved them to show you, but right on the face.
Spin-sistency. That's exactly what has been engineered into these with the face wrap technology, is the ability to miss it in various parts of the head, primarily. And a little on the low side is where the low launch high spinner kicks from. And the ability, and we saw it very, very evidently when I was hitting some of those fairways, weren't hitting them all that well. The tight sort of standard deviation on those spin numbers was very impressive to us.
Probably the best we've seen. I don't remember seeing anything that tight on a fairway wood before, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. To me, on a hybrid and a fairway wood, you can get away with the ball speed changing a little bit here and there. You can get away with a little bit of launch. But that spin, when it fluctuates 1,000 or more, your yard just changed by 30, 40 yards. If you can eliminate that, to me, these are target clubs. The driver, it's okay to get a low spinner once in a while, because thank you for the 20 yards. You're not going to be upset by it, but I'm not going to be happy with an extra 20 yards because I'm trying to hit the green.
Definitely. Yeah, these, as rightly said, these are not distance clubs. These are not ones where we're trying to optimize distance numbers, high launch, low spin, like you said earlier, like we would rather actually have the ball speed nice and high so that with the spin stays in that kind of higher window.
Yeah.
As long as it stays there. Because the high ball speed, that's where people talk about jumpy irons and flyer irons, is because you have that, that sort of lack of consistency when it comes to spin rates, where the ball speed is retained, but the spin rates are very volatile.
Yes.
So that 1,000 RPM window, sometimes more, is what causes the flyer. What people call hot spots, people think are those kind of ones that just jump in, and it's just a flyer. It's just a ball that reacts differently due to a different level of friction.
Yeah, friction. And that's the thing. I think a perfect lie, you want to expect a similar amount of spin.
Yeah.
And this is just helping you vary your strike a bit and still get the consistent spin.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, I haven't seen what's out there and what it's up against. Some decent clubs, but I would expect this to be pretty close to the top of the pile all this coming year.
It's just extremely low maintenance. I get it if you're a high spin player, maybe this won't be your cup of tea.
Yeah.
For anybody else though, in the appropriate loft and settings, even the fast player that hooks it, there's going to be great stuff for you all the way through.
22-degree hybrid is spinning where I see most people with a 19-degree hybrid here.
Yes.
High threes, low fours.
Right.
And that high-speed player, when they take that 19 and turn it into -1 flat on the loft, turn it to 18 and a little bit, and 3 degrees flat. Yeah. Good luck turning that over with a Ventus Black 9X or 10TX, whatever it may be.
Perfect fade machine and soften the flight out.
Really, really penetrating ball flights if you choose to set it up that way.
That's awesome. Well, for a green at 240, that's about as easy as a time as I think I've had in a while. Yeah, it's a good hybrid. Okay, let's pop over into the Max Fairway wood with the Rogue White. Perfect. First thoughts on the 425 Max Fairway wood. Bigger profile, slightly larger footprint on the head. I think because there's no turbulators now and the flat black finish hides it well. It doesn't look big to me.
No, I didn't think it looked big when I hit it on Monday.
When you pick it up and you kind of look at the side profile of it, I can see why people go, oh, it's kind of a big fairway wood. It doesn't look like that behind the ball. I guess the way that it's shaped and the color of it, like the no turbulators alone, for most Ping fans, they'll go, I've always loved a Ping wood. I just, can you stop putting turbulators on it? Wish is granted.
You got it.
Yeah.
I think we saw in G410, big jump in ball speed versus G400. We loved that. Yeah. I think this is another evolution of the wood, which takes us into something that we actually like quite a lot more. I think this will really start to become a real contender in the Fairway Wood Stakes this year because of the innovation. Yeah. It still has the miraging face, but it's now a face wrap versus a face plate. That's something that generally is worth a little bit of ball speed, and ball speed retention on the misses is what you're looking at with those. So let's see what this one offers you.
A little thin. It's a good swing though. You would be walking, picking up your tee.
Maybe. Happy enough knowing you got away with one.
Yeah. Just a little low launch, high spin.
Yep.
It's a bit heely as well.
Yeah, I was going to say a bit necky, but again,
it's a great performance.
Flying like a ping.
We said at the beginning of the other video when I was swinging right-handed, it's just they make a lot of golf clubs that you can just walk to the first tee and have a decent result. Like nobody wants to struggle, I don't think. That was hit better.
Out the middle. Look at the difference.
Higher, yeah, higher in the face. It's got plenty of pop. I just had to strike it a bit higher.
Spin was quite low in that. Really see that flatten out there.
Yeah, so it must have been a higher strike even than it felt. It's a good result though. That would be probably that's the tee flight.
So you've hit one really well and two slightly low and heely.
Correct. Same exact
161, 1612, 1612.
Great sign, isn't it? That's hopefully just middle, not high or low. And I'm going to be a Ping fairway player, not quite. That's more like me, 10 launch-ish, 31. It's really good.
They're very neutral, aren't they? I mean, looking at all these flights, they're
for the Max performance, this is performing a lot better than I would have expected from the model that on paper isn't for me. But also good. Overall might be the best one. I think the strike was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good speed, and yeah, I think that was the best strike because launch and spin are in the best spot. 11 and 3000 is kind of my best case scenario.
It's really impressive. So neutral, so neutral.
It's very good. What are you hearing from the sound back there?
So the first two were a little pitchy just because they were on the frame. The third one got a lot more dull, a little bit more what I'm familiar with that ping sound.
Yeah.
And then the other two were kind of somewhere in between.
Yeah. It still has the hollowness that I think people associate with ping.
Yeah.
I do think it's not as hard feeling. So I always found ping hybrid and wood hard off the face, very, very firm. Now I think the hollowness may still be there, but it's a bit softer off the face. So is it night and day better? No, but I think it feels and sounds a little bit better than last time.
Lots of chat on sound with the ping drivers. One thing I will say is when I hear them, none of them offend me.
No.
They're just slightly different. They're just nuances in sound, and probably not even a factor for most people. I think it's just literally you wouldn't be put off the performance based on the sound.
No chance.
No chance.
Those 5 swings could have made a blood-curdling scream, and I would have been like, okay, well, I'll see you in the fairway. I don't care.
I know. Yeah, I mean, you're flying that onto a green at 275 like it's a wedge.
Yes, it feels very easy. Yeah.
None. Okay, let's pop on the LST. It's changed actually my mind as to what I thought the LST would do for you.
Okay.
I thought that would launch quite a lot higher. I actually don't expect to see as big of a difference now.
No, mostly in spin rate profile.
And based on what we just saw, I wouldn't expect the LST to be the right one for you. So there's that flight that I kind of expected. I expected that with the LST, but that just looked like a good one with the Max. If we see that around 10.5, 11 launch.
Yeah, not far off.
10.2, right? Spin was in a similar window to the good one with the Max.
It's too thin, unfortunately. It performed great.
Yeah, done quite well.
You probably don't want to leave it in the data because I almost topped it, but you certainly wouldn't be mad at it. Went too far the other way, maybe?
I was going to say that didn't sound like it was struck the best, but I was shocked at how good it flew. It's nice. Very nice. Flat.
That's the one. It's definitely flatter.
Yeah.
I feel like the middle hit is just what you said. It's 500 RPMs less. Thereabouts. That's hit well too. Maybe a groove
touch
low.
More spin.
Yeah, groove low.
It started on a low launch, probably about 8.5 to 9, and it kind of hung there, which tells us it had some spin.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, 8.3, 31. So it didn't go high in spin.
No.
It had more. It just had about 400 or 500 more, and the ball speed kept it up there as well.
Really good flight.
You'd be delighted with that. So basically what I'm seeing is two different profiles on the fairway wood. One that really suits the player who is a touch on the steep side.
Yeah.
So it actually launches in a similar window to the Max in a good spot, but it just spins less. So that player gets the additional launch with the lower spin. That gives them a really, really nice flight.
It's a nice combination, isn't it?
It's really good.
It's an easier way to choose the fairway wood, to be honest with you. Both of them, I think, are fairly easy to hit, and this one is for the high spin player, the other one's for the low spin player. That's how I would make the decision.
Yeah. I can't argue with any of that. It's just exactly how ping would want you to perceive them. Exactly like that.
And how did that hybrid end up shaken up?
So yeah, nicely.
Just very nice. Like I can picture having that hybrid in the bag and the 3-wood because they gap nicely. They have enough spin and the flights are very, very stable. A
really nice lineup, guys. A really, really strong lineup. For anyone who's concerned with fairway woods, hybrids being very draw-bys, very hooky. These are all being played at neutral setting, which is exactly where Matt would play them. You have the ability to go both ways in it. So if you're somebody who leaks it a little bit left as a left-hander, you can move it a little bit more up and closed, flat and open if you struggle the other way. It's got great options.
Yeah, must test, I would say. Must test this spring.
Okay, guys, add that one to your test list. Make sure you do that. It's getting to that time of year where people are starting to kind of make a short list of when you go for a fitting. Where we're seeing it in the live Q&As. People are booking fits already. If you're in an area that can, still go for those. make sure that the G425 range, whether it's driver, fairway wood or hybrid, we've not done extensive enough testing with the irons yet to know fully its DNA. We don't expect it to be anything other than a high performer in its category, but more to come on that as we dive in more to the testing.
Can't wait.
Good. All right, guys, stay tuned for more. We will see you again soon.